This is kind of a silly one, but it helps shows me that God cares about the little things as well as the big things. And I know like who are cynical say God doesn't care about those little things. Like there's starving children in Africa. Why doesn't he take care? And I don't think that's the right mindset. And I think that God loves us and cares about us, even the little things. Like your parents care about the little things with you, you know. And so I had bought this nice like trench or pea coat, wool pea coat, and I loved it. And I went out one night with friends, and we were hanging out in Bellevue. Went to like 3 different places, and I had lost this coat. And you know, and I realized I didn't have it with me the next morning, and I was like really bummed out. And I called all the places we went to that night, and none of them had the coat. I actually stopped by every single place twice and checked in with, you know, all the hostesses and the managers and the lost and found. No one could find my coat. And so 2 months pass, and I'm like, this coat's gone, you know. And I go to Bible study at my church, and we're praying and we're worshiping and everything. And the final prayer was, you know, they closed out in prayer, and the guy was saying, you know, God, we just pray for miraculous things to happen, and where we know it's you, and you know that we'll have great praise reports that come from this. And so in my spirit, I was just praying. I was like, okay, God, I want to find my coat, you know? This is like 2 months later, and I was just like, okay, all right, that'd be cool if I could find my coat. I really like that coat. And I just felt in my spirit, God said, you're going to find that coat tonight. And I was like, what? I was like, all right, you know? I was just kind of like, that's cool, we'll see, you know? And so that night after Bible study, I was meeting with a few friends downtown, and I was going to meet my friend downtown, and I was driving to find parking. As soon as I'm parking, a buddy of mine pulls up, not the friend I was planning to meet with, but a different friend. He pulls up to me and he goes, oh, hey, where are you going? And I told him where I was going and everything. And so he's like, okay, I'll meet up with you. So I park my car, I go to where we're meeting, and that guy who saw me parking, he came in and he's like, hey, I have your coat. And I'm like, wait, what? And he goes, no, your black pea coat, I have it. And this is so weird because I wasn't hanging out with him the night that I lost it. And he goes, yeah, it's been at my place for like 2 months, and my cats have been sleeping on it, and all this stuff. There's cat hair all over it. And I was like, wait, I don't even understand how you have my coat. He's like, yeah, it's my car. I'll grab it for you. And sure enough, he gives me the coat back. And I'm trying to figure out how he has my coat. I can't figure it out because I've been in this place one time, only one time. And I remember going to this place. It was raining, and I didn't have my coat because it was raining. I was like, I hope I find this place soon because I don't know where it is. And I was walking around in the rain, and I was like, there's no way. And I was like, okay, maybe I wore my coat that night. I forgot that I wore my coat, and I left it there for 2 months, and nobody told me until that night. And even so, like, how did God, like, speak to my spirit and tell me I was going to find that coat that night? Like, there's so many coincidences that it couldn't be, right? And so I kind of wrote it off, but I was just like, it's weird, but okay. So I talked to my friends that I hung out with that night. I lost my coat, and they were like, no, you had your coat that night and you lost it. I remember you having your coat and you didn't have it the next day. Like, you were with us. There's no way you lost your coat that night. And I was like, what? So still to this day, I don't know how that coat ended up where it ended up and how I got it back, but I still have the coat in my closet now, and I'm just like so glad that God cares about the little things as well, and he kind of shows me that. And that was like one of the craziest things that's happened. It's just a coat, but it's just like I get to see God working in my life. So yeah, that's kind of cool.